Saying good morning to our listeners, those of you via Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9. Good morning and welcome. Those of you viewing via GBN TV, whether it's Channel 7, Channel 11, or Channel 20, welcome to another edition of the Mid-Morning Buzz. And welcome with me this morning. I have with me Lisa Douglas, that's Miss Lisa Douglas, a Public Relations Officer with the NIS. Let me say good morning to Miss Douglas. How are you doing this morning? Hope all is well. And welcome back once again. I think we did this a couple of months ago, right?
Good. Oh,
it seems so long, but that was just like 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Good morning. I am doing very well, and a pleasant morning to all your viewers and listeners.
All right. Well, welcome. Nice to have you again on the Mid-Morning Buzz. We have some interesting conversation this morning, interesting information that we'd like to share with our viewing and listening audience, especially those, of course, who are members of the NIS. Information that we had to share this morning will certainly be of relevance to them. We want to kick it off with talking about the NIS and SGU health fair that is happening on the 20th. It's like a countdown towards these days. Tomorrow being a holiday, then is it that? Is it Saturday 20th?
Yes, it's on
Tell us
Saturday.
about the health. Tell us a wee bit about the health fair.
No, the NIS and SGU, we are collaborating to make sure that you get your health checks done. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we're focusing on, we are in the month of October, and we do celebrate October as Child Month.
Yes.
So we're actually focusing on health and wellness education for children. Mm-hmm. So we will be hosting a grand health fair, and the NIS will be also hosting a small business self-employed expo on that same day, all happening in the NIS car park on Melville Street.
Focusing on the health fair a wee bit, tell us what will be offered in the health fair. I know individually health fair, we know there are basic things, the blood pressure check, the blood sugar check, and so forth. What other would be offered during the health fair?
Yes, so those are usually offered, but we're also introducing our actually having CPR training, and it's very important to learn that.
That's interesting.
Right?
That's interesting.
Yes.
And most of you would never hear that happening.
Exactly.
And in these days and times, things are different lately. Accidents occurred at the home or on the street, and someone may be able to save someone's life by having that basic CPR training.
Yes,
that's an interesting initiative.
True. Actually, I attended a training some months ago, mm-hmm. and one of the things that the facilitator was saying is that a lot of times people bleed out where it could be prevented, because if you know simple things as applying pressure to a wound, to simple things like that, so you don't need to be a health professional. He was saying, because sometimes you think, I need to be a nurse or a doctor.
Sometimes incidents occur, and folks will leave that individual lying there and say, wait until the doctor come, or wait until a health professional occurs, and you being there having basic training, you could probably save someone's life.
Exactly. That's what he was highlighting. Mm-hmm. So there are do's and there are don'ts.
Yes.
But you should know what you can do and what you should not do. Right. So we're going to have some CPR training. Vision testing is always good to check our eyes.
Yes.
And we also have, for all the persons who are diabetic, we have a diabetic foot examination.
That's interesting.
Yes, because when you have diabetes, having things like a sore or getting a cut and so becomes very hazardous to you. Mm-hmm. So you need to make sure you get your foot, or maybe you have an existing condition. We will be having diabetic foot examination.
And I guess the professionals will be there to give you advice.
Most certainly, from the St. George's University, and we really thank them for partnering with us to execute this health fair.
All right. An interesting part about the health fair that you spoke about it in your intro is the health and wellness and education of children. As you mentioned, we're in Child Month, and children's health is important. Their well-being is important at this particular stage in their lives. What can parents who will be, I guess you're encouraging parents to bring their sons, their daughters, bring them out.
Bring the children out.
It would be general health of information offered to them?
Yes, that's correct. Tailored and targeted towards the children.
Okay.
So we have the persons from SGU who they have a plan for the children. So we're encouraging you to bring them out. There will be separate booths for all of the different health checks. So the children would be catered for specially. We invited the entire family to come out.
Well, I want to offer you the opportunity now as we're talking here to face the camera and make that appeal to folks that are coming out, because sometimes sometimes they probably want to see you telling them directly.
Oh, most certainly. So the National Insurance Scheme, in collaboration with the St. George's University, is hosting a grand health fair on Saturday, 28 October, starting at 9 a.m. in the morning and going up to 2 p.m. And we're inviting the entire public.
Right.
So whatever plans you have, just tailor it to cater for the NIS Health Fair. So come out, get all your health checks, and then you can proceed with whatever else you're doing, because we're there at 9 o'clock.
Right.
Or if you have something early in the morning, make sure you get down to the NIS car park on Melville Street in St. George's before 2 p.m. so that you can benefit from this health fair.
All right, and I'm sure that certainly this is going to be interesting to a lot of folks who would not like to take the opportunity to get a free health check these days, right?
Yeah, most certainly.
Folks will definitely gravitate to this because, cost of living and stuff, some folks may say, an opportunity to get a free health check was something that will certainly entice a whole lot of folks to come out. So it certainly will be interesting. So looking for a lot of folks coming out on Saturday.
Yes.
Looking for a lot of folks coming out on Saturday.
Yes, we do hope so.
All right. Now, there's another interesting part of this that, of course, that's going to be part of this on Saturday also. That's where you have the Self-Employed Expo going to be part of that, all right?
Yes, that's correct.
Tell me something about this, the Self-Employed Expo and reason for this particular initiative by the NIS.
No, recently, July 1st to be more specific, we introduced new self-employed regulations, and our self-employed persons, they are a group that we are really trying to target to ensure that they can enjoy the same level of income protection just as employees.
Right.
Because if I'm self-employed and there's a time when I'm sick and I can't work, it means I'm not earning. It means my entire family is negatively affected in terms of our income.
Yes.
If I get injured while I'm working, I have additional medical expenses. Well, it makes matters even worse.
How am I going to take care of that?
Exactly. And we do see a lot of our self-employed and small business persons, when they reach the age of retirement, they retire sometimes into abject poverty because I can't work again, I can't fish again. I met a fisherman recently. He used to dive, got the bends, and we know what the bends can do if you don't get to the decompression chamber in a timely manner. And he actually he's basically cannot work, and he wasn't contributing, so there is no benefit to get. There is no pension. I know, and it's very sad when that happens. So we can't have our self-employed persons, our bus drivers, our fisher folk, our hairdressers, the persons who make their guava cheese and their tamarind ball, our farmers. Whatever you're doing, we want you to know that once you are employed for yourself, by yourself, you're earning, you're not employed elsewhere, you're self-employed, you could register, you can contribute. But of course, your business needs exposure. So we decided, we also need to make sure our self-employed persons are successful. So let's do our part. So hence the reason, in the expo, we're really targeting new and upcoming businesses who are making local products, are offering a local service, or making a product from local material.
All right, so you're not looking for established, of course, local producers or producers. You only started a month ago, 2 months ago, maybe it could be a year ago.
Maybe longer, but your business needs some promotion,
you want that promotion.
Publicity.
That's ample opportunity there for you to come out, show whatever products you produce, and make sure it's locally done. You understand? So come out, showcase it, and being in collaboration with the healthier folks are going to be at the healthier, so who know they will also able to look at the products that you have available.
That's correct.
And it's open to all.
But you have to. Public.
Is there any activity that you have to be registered with the NIS?
You mean in terms of the vendors who would be there? Okay, so what we did, we worked along with other agencies who work along with self-employed persons, and persons were selected, or persons who heard about it would have called and say, listen, I'm interested, how can I get in? So because obviously we have a limited number of spaces.
So now, as you said that, suppose there's individuals who's listening to us right now and decide, hey, I think maybe I'm just hearing about this with Expo. How could they get in?
They should call us, because this would not be a one-off activity.
Okay.
So although we're filled in terms of the
so there's no space for this for the 20th.
Right.
That is already filled.
That's filled.
But you may, in the future, there may be other opportunities for them.
That's correct. In addition to that, we have a lot of training coming up for self-employed and small business persons, offering business support services, services like basic bookkeeping and all those things that they need to enhance and ensure that their business is successful. So you can still call us, leave your contact information. So anytime we have a promotion or support for self-employed and small business people, we add you to our list and we will contact you.
Why did NIS thought it was that necessary to offer support of that nature, especially to small business?
Because in order for you to contribute, your business must be successful. If you're not successful, you can't contribute, and it affects you and your income. And once one household income is affected, inevitably the entire country
it goes across the board, and it
affects all of us.
Exactly.
So it means we have to look out for everyone, not just the persons with large established businesses, not just employees, but persons who, as we say, make their pankwai, they work day to day. We have to make sure everybody can earn and everybody can live a life in dignity.
All right, and that's a good initiative anyway. I mean, it just allows some folks to know that there are individuals who care for them some way or the other.
Oh yes, and the NIS does care. We do care.
Okay. So once again, the great initiative coming up there on the 28th, the Self Expo. So if you, of course, Mr. Douglas already mentioned it is already filled, but you can still call, give the information, and of course, when they have a future event coming up, of course, you will be topping the list in terms of coming in.
Yes.
You'll be able to top the list in terms of coming in. Nice.
And just to mention, we have locally made products. So everything locally made, beauty products, craft and jewelry, plants, floral arrangements, home decor, food and drinks, honey, chocolates, books by local authors. So we keep it
sometimes
local.
you see a lot of products and you're thinking maybe these things are imported. But you get an opportunity to know that these are locally manufactured.
That's correct, because I've seen some of the packaging, and sometimes you have to look to see made in Grenada because it looks so beautiful, really properly packaged.
All right. So you self-employed people, individuals who are listening, viewing, those of you who are coming out on to be part of the health fair, come on out and look at be part of the health expo, the self-employed expo. I get it right. Self-employed expo on Saturday the 20th also, and it also starts at 9 a.m. goes up until 2 p.m.
Yes, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And don't forget the venue, NIS Car Park. That's interesting this Saturday. That's something I think I probably will be coming out and be part of for myself. I like to be around folks, be part of things that are locally, see how folks do things locally. Because then you always feel we don't produce things on our own, and we always hear we need more of this and we need more of that. But there are lots of individuals who are producing products locally, and it's of a high standard.
Yes.
It's of a high standard. Great. Now the NIL self-employed approach. Let's talk to me about it.
Right. So we have the new approach that we introduced from July 1st, where self-employed persons are allowed more flexibility in terms of contributing.
Okay.
So it gives you more opportunity to benefit, because that's why you pay NIS. Your contributions are deducted, and for self-employed persons, remember, it's mandatory for you to contribute. It's a must according to the law. But other than that, you have to remember the reason why you contribute is so that you can benefit. So that new approach allows you to pay when you earn.
Okay.
So for example, you're a DJ, you may be self-employed, you don't earn every week, every month, you have your peak periods, you get to pay when you earn. So you set your annual target. The maximum is 7,180 this year. So you set your target anywhere below that.
Okay.
Or
so I can say, I make that, I wish I want to contribute, $1,000.
Right. So you have to make sure anytime within the year you can pay it.
Okay.
It could be a one-off, it could be 2 payments, 3 payments, whenever you earn.
Okay.
And once you pay more than $769 annually, you are covered for all the benefits, including the short-term benefits.
And folks that need to come into the NS and have a discussion about this.
They could call or they could come in. So let's suppose whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's the regular landline, whether it's social media, Facebook, Instagram, you use whatever is easier for you. Because let's suppose I'm up in St. Patrick's, I'm busy in my garden every day. I don't want to leave and come in. You could still call us. In fact, you could even video call us because we do have those WhatsApp numbers.
I guess they could actually see who they're speaking to.
That's correct. So you call us to get the information. But the important thing we want our self-employed persons to focus on is that you must contribute to benefit. So with a new approach, once you contribute this year, automatically come 2024, you are covered for all the benefits.
Right.
Once you contribute more than $769 this year.
Detail that a wee bit for me, for the convenience of folks who are listening, who may trying to decipher how you say about this. Once you pay for 2023 and you pay it off, whatever it's the maximum that you have to pay, you are actually covered in 2024.
That's correct.
All right.
Yes.
It's simple. I understand it. I understand it. So which means you pay it off. So that $7,000 plus that you have to pay, once you have that taken care of in 2024, just for say something happened to you on the 1st of January, there's no need to worry.
Exactly. No need to worry. Once you paid more than $769 this year. So make sure you pay more than $769. The max this year is $7,180. But in order to get the short-term benefits, it must be more than $769 for 2023.
Okay, I understand that. How long does the short-term benefit run for anyway?
It depends on which benefit. So sickness benefits, you get paid for the number of days or weeks or whatever period you're ill. You receive 65%.
All right.
So also self-employed persons, don't try to pay at the minimum and later on when you get the benefit you say, well, that's what I get. Remember, it's 65% because we work back to determine what your salaries are and how much contributions So remember, the amount you get will be also based on the amount you pay. So you'd qualify, but how much you get will be based on how much you pay.
All right.
So don't try to stick to the minimum and expect maximum benefits.
All right. I certainly hope folks who are listening and we certainly have an understanding of that. And we're moving on this morning just for time. We know we come into the end of year. You understand? And every year we know the NIS do speak about that, especially folks in the NIS, pension life certificate. And if you want to have it, then you need to bring in that. Tell us more about it. I'm just thinking from my limited knowledge, but I think you know more about it than I actually do.
Yeah, so I must give a special hello to all our pensioners, all our 12,000 pensioners. A very pleasant morning to you. It's that time of the year. November and December are the months that not self-employed, but our pensioners rather, are required to submit their pension life certificate to certify that they are still alive in order to continue receiving their pension the following year.
All right.
So before December 31st, 2023, you must submit or update your life certificate because you do not necessarily need to submit a physical form.
All right.
We have made things easier for our pensioners. You can sit at home and video call us. So whether you're in Grenada or overseas, you can video call us on WhatsApp.
Yes.
So we have 458-6060, 403-7512. You can simply do a WhatsApp video call or have somebody assist you. So video call us, have your NIS card ready or any other form of ID, and we would use that information that we would get via that video call to update your life certificate.
And that has to be done between November and December 31st.
Anytime from November 1st, but before December 31st.
All right. So that takes care of, the life pension life.
Right. For persons who, decide, no, I can't video call you, you can simply come into the office with an ID. So you don't necessarily, again, need to fill out a form. You can walk in at any time, and our customer service rep would assist you in updating your certificate.
All right. Why is it that important to make sure that your life certificate is of course, updated every year? Why is it that important? Folks would say, well, I did it last year. Why I need to do it this year? So I'm still alive and stuff like that. Why is it that important?
Right. Now, all pensions are sent directly to pensioners' bank account. So it's not a case where we interact with the pensioners so we know that, hey, they're alive. So every year, in order to certify that you're still alive, so it's to ensure that we're not paying a pension to somebody who is deceased.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, I mean, it's a simple case of knowing that you're alive and you're up and running. So there is a reason why you pay. You don't want to be paying and someone is not alive anymore.
That's true.
That's understandable. Anything else you want to share with us before we take our up this morning?
Yes, we do have a grand loan promotion on.
Yeah.
So let's acquire a little piece of our Grenada. So whether you want to buy a piece of land or house and land, or you want to build, we have a grand loan promotion on with the lowest interest rates, no fees, low costs, a quick turnaround time. So we're encouraging you to call us if you want a loan from the NIS.
But it has to be specific for land or housing in particular?
Right. The promotion is on mortgages. But we also offer loans. So if you need to buy that vehicle, your car, your bus, your truck, you need to buy a vehicle, you can come to us. Or if you need a loan for medical purposes, or if it's education, so you need to go to study or send your child to study, educational loans are also covered. Or vacation, you need to travel, and you want to go to Australia down under, you want to go on your tour of Europe, or you want to go on that big cruise.
I was thinking about the Middle East. You may say I'm sort of crazy with what's going on there, but
I'm not sure about this.
Well, that's interesting, because folks may not have thought of seeing NS on that light. Even though we've been hearing about it, but there are individuals who hear it, but maybe not understanding to the point that you can actually get loan for purposes other than just, a house. But you have loan. You want a vehicle loan, you want to travel, your son or daughter wants to attend a particular university, you could be accommodated by NS.
Yes.
Once you have the relative paperwork that needs to be filled out.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Anything final you want to share with us?
Just finally, to wrap up, I really want to stress again for our persons who are self-employed, please, I do not want, and we do not want at the NIS, situations to occur where you're not earning, whether you're sick, whether you have a baby and you go on maternity leave. I was sharing at a medical station recently, and some of the women, they're not contributing. Please, you're self-employed. You must contribute so you can benefit. And it's not just for a certain group of persons. Yes. It's for everybody. And we've made self-employed contributions more accessible. We've made it easier. We've taken out all the restrictions, no paperwork, and all of that. So please, we need you to get registered. We need you to contribute today. And it is mandatory. By law, it is mandatory. So get registered, start contributing so you can benefit. We're also letting our students know when you get those part-time jobs, you two are covered. So once you're age 16, you live in Grenada, Carriacou, or PT Martinique. Once you're age 16, it's time to get your card.
All right.
So all our 16-year-olds come in, you're 16 and over, time to get registered. You come in with your certified birth certificate and any form of ID, whether it's your school ID or your passport, or if you have no ID, get a certified photo. Have your principal certified for you, or a minister of religion, etc. Get it certified and get your card, so that even when you get those part-time jobs, the employer has to contribute for you because you're still covered just in case something happens.
All right. Because Douglas, I want to thank you a whole lot for coming and sharing information this morning. All the best on the health fair and the Small Business Expo coming up. And certainly hope it works out great. I'm going to be there. I'm probably going to look out for you. And make sure that it comes out a grand success. Thanks once again for being on the Mid-Morning Buzz.
You're most welcome, and see everyone on Saturday, 28th, NIS Car Park, 9 a.m.
All right. Hey, folks, that's how we take a wrap for the Mid-Morning Buzz here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. All the best, folks. Have yourself a great day. Join us again for another edition.